We were taking his song about werewolves too blithely.
I mean, Werewolves of London is a dope song, and I really like the Christmas version. So,
How about this guy?
I ain't never seen two pretty best friends. It's always one of them got to be ugly. I ain't never seen two pretty best friends. It's always one of them got to be ugly. I ain't never seen two pretty best friends. It's always one of them got to be.
Is it real or is it like a weird?
I ain't never
Yeah,
seen
he's got a whole
pretty
bunch of
best
TikToks
friends.
that are really hot.
It's
right
always
now.
one of them got to be
Saying like a
ugly.
bunch of.
I ain't never seen two pretty
Why is
best
it
friends.
Looping over
It's
and
always
over.
Because
one of them gotta be.
this is the 1 hour loop version of that guy.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just trying to be annoying.
He looks kind of like that Primus video
Yeah, it does.
where they're like marching around in
Yeah.
cowboy regalia with chins on.
It's like a fucking rubber mask of Jay Leno, but just from like the nose down.
Is that Cactus Jack?
What? Yeah, it is. Look at him,
Yay.
so fat and huge. Look how big this cat is.
He's a big boy.
He's an extremely large boy.
Oh shit! You guys want to see two cats that are smushing their?
Hell yeah.
Well,
Oh,
never
no.
will.
Warren Zevon, like, not again. Oh,
I read Warren Zevon's biography
really?
in a like a couple months ago.
Really?
he's a real piece of shit. Kind of a jerk.
What did
I
he
don't
do?
really like his music a whole lot. Some of it's good, but it's music that cops like.
Whoa.
For real.
Like
Yeah,
cops
that
like
makes sense.
Warren Zevon a lot.
Yeah,
But,
you know who's a cop? Kamala Biden, the vice president.
Hell yeah.
Cops are gonna be cool now from now on. You just
Now?
wait. You wait and see.
They're so brave. And
It's-
They're so brave.
We're about to enter a decade where cops are like the coolest.
Sad. Oh, does anybody want an update on my terrible British birthing show? Too bad you're getting one. So, the thing that's happened now, because the only thing that has happened for quite a while is that there are the nurses who come from fancy backgrounds who are brave and strong enough to live with and assist poor people, even though poor people are clearly filthy and less than them. But they're really good people, so they help poor people. But so far, they've only helped poor white Christian people. And recently, they've started to get ethnic. And when they've gotten ethnic, they have all kinds of cool things where, like, one time they helped a Jewish family, and you knew that they were Jewish because the husband came home and said to the wife that he was going to get a new job and they could move because he was going to manage a delicatessen, which he was going to take over from his friend whose last name was Katzen. But then they were going to have trouble moving because their mom also lived with them, who was a Holocaust survivor. And then they also
That's just like a Jew sandwich.
it's the whole
Like a
every
Jew
single time-
writing trope sandwich.
every single time that there's a person on who isn't, and not a white person, a Christian person, and also a person that just isn't
Hey,
British.
wait, Anglo-Saxon.
Sorry, Anglo, but it is specifically British person, because
Yeah,
even when the Irish show up, they're like, "Oh, you Irish are dirty and horrible and flea bitten, and you have newspaper in your shoes to keep your feet dry." Real
Oh, you're
thing.
so wretched. Yeah.
Like it's
Wait,
also,
when is this show set again?
This is set in the 1950s in the East End of London. There's also the one
Oh,
of the-
damn, that was like a rough time over there.
Oh, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like this show
The
is like,
city was in ruins. It got bombed to the fucking.
there was
yeah.
an
And Jack the
unexploded bomb.
Ripper was somehow elected mayor. Still to this day, I don't know how he'd won, but he did.
Who?
Jack the Ripper. They didn't know who he was, but he got elected and was able to maintain both his anonymity and his murdering at unprecedented levels.
And
with the
handle
power of the
all
mayor.
his executive duties.
Yeah, he did actually increase the sanitation in the city. He's well known for bringing a lot better plumbing to the
Yeah,
London.
serial killers are fastidious.
Yes, but he did also leave a trail of corpses everywhere he went.
You gotta break some eggs, man.
This is something that could or would fucking happen on this show. There is an episode where in it, multiple children get polio on Christmas, and there's an unexploded bomb from the Blitz that has to be defused.
Whoa.
By the kids, because it's tiny. It needs their tiny fingers. Only their fingers are tiny enough. They're gonna die anyway.
Of the diversity that they've added, they had a black lady on. People were racist against her, but then one person was nice to her, and then other people were nice to her, and then nobody was racist anymore.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was a cool, realistic one. And recently, they finally had a gay, and you knew that there was going to be a gay.
I believe they're called benders over there.
Well,
Does it call them?
it's
Bender,
actually
yeah.
the most fucked up episode so far, and I haven't been able to get all the way through it because it's so upsetting. But you know that, so there's like happy lady that's gonna have a baby, and she takes like the midwife,
And it comes out gay.
Well, so then the way that you know that the husband is gay is that she's like, look at our beautiful house. My husband decorated it. Do you see the painting? My husband bought the painting. Do you see that piano? He likes to play piano. And it was all set up as a like, because, you know,
He's
people
cultured.
that like paintings,
And music.
if you
Right.
if you're gonna play a piano, the whole thing is set up like that.
You know, he plays the piano.
Liberace.
And he wasn't even happening yet. Yeah, no, it's really every time
Danny
they have
Kaye.
a person on, they have to set up a reason why, like, your life is sad. But the nurses are good because they're classy British white ladies who.
So you just
Anglo-Saxon.
know because it infuriates you?
No, it's also it's kind of like watching like a costume drama and My 600-Pound Life and Cold Case Files. Just like every fucking salacious, like
ticks
you
off a lot of
watch
boxes,
Have
though.
undiagnosed twins, and then one of the babies die after the mom has a fright trying to give birth in a hospital.
She
You
has
know
a
that's
fright.
new. And like, it's just every fucking. It's dressed up. Mark's mom likes it. And it's great because it's trash, garbage, horrible television. But because it is set in the slightly distant past and everybody has British accents, it like feels fancy, even though you're watching just like garbage, like back alley abortion kind of shit.
They are the worst British accents in the world.
Oh,
Cool. Wait, what's the show called? What is it called?
Call the Midwife.
Oh, okay. I've
Call
heard of
the
it.
midwife.
I've heard of this show.
It's kind of, oh my God. To give an example, they had one where there are kids that have been neglected and the kids get found and there's a baby and the baby has been so badly neglected and just shitting in its one diaper for so long.
No.
Say it's going to need skin grafts.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And
No.
that's sucked in because you're like, well, that's the most fucked up thing I've ever heard.
And he was addicted to cigars.
Yeah.
Yo, but that's some real life shit, though.
Yeah, no, it's like the most, it's like watching like 9 different upsetting reality TV shows.
Man,
And
I'm gonna
also
avoid this.
wears like period costumes.
Speaking of British shows,
Good color combination.
Damn.
Like a girl whose dad was dying and she had realized that she was pregnant even though she was unwed because illegal at the time, was rocking this like forest green and mint look in a filthy like public bathroom stall, and the whole kind of color story was really doing it for me.
Wow.
Yeah,
The whole
So-
kind of colors.
don't watch it.
I'm not going to.
yo, I watched this show today. It came out this year, apparently. It's a television show that's British. It's called Hitmen. It's about 2 hitmen. One is nervous, one is dumb.
Is it a comedy?
Yeah, it is. It's surprisingly violent. And do you know who plays those 2 hitmen?
So it's Mel and Sue, right?
It is exactly Mel and Sue. The show.
Is
I only seen the first episode, but I really liked it.
fuck.
Yeah. It's
I
like
don't know who Mel and Sue are.
Former hosts of Bake Off.
And I would say the ones who really perfected the form. The Mel and
Okay.
Sue seasons were the best ones.
Okay.
well, I mean they did have like what 8 years or so to like get it really.
They got it
Yeah.
so right though.
This show is Hitman is good. It seems neat. It's kind of like a little bit of Peep Show, but like pushed into a real fantasy world. And Mel's dumb characters really is. It's very good. Sue's being Sue. Sue's like Sue but kills people now.
Super kills people?
Sue, no, she's like Sue, but a Sue that kills people for a job.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. And then Mel's like this kind of like almost drooling, dumb like sidekick of hers.
Incredible.
Yeah, I liked it. I can't wait to watch the other 5 episodes.
Did y'all know that Sue has or had, I think I've told you about it, right? A TV show called Supersizers.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
It's on YouTube. Sometimes it's in parts, but it's very worth
Supersizers.
watching. And it relates to British shit, and it relates to food. For a whole week, this lady comedian and this sort of like turdy food critic have to they can only eat, they usually wear like historical costume and do other stuff too, but they can only eat foods from the specific time period that they're living in, and that includes beverages. So like for I can't remember if it's medieval, I think it's the medieval episode, they can't drink any water, so they just have to drink like the small beer, which is like watered down beer, or wine, or cordial, which is a
Vinegar.
like it's sort of an oatmeal goop drink. And I don't know, they just have to eat horrifying, fucked up, scary shit from the past. But what's especially fun is that a lot of food from Britain's past for fancy people was horrible, because the point was not we should make food that tastes good, it's just trying to get the food that's the most expensive. So like all royal food basically just had pumpkin pie spice in it because that blend of spices was really expensive.
Yes.
So everything was fucking pumpkin pie spice flavor.
Yes.
It's getting to be that season.
Yeah, yo, I've had a couple of pumpkin spice coffees in the last week.
Where are you getting that
Okay.
shit?
I'm actually
Fucking like
really-
7-Eleven and shit places like that have like pumpkin flavored coffee, and if they have pumpkin flavored creamer, I put that in there too.
I love it.
And it's
I
great.
know as a white woman,
Anglo-Saxon.
as a well,
You're not
not
Anglo-Saxon.
really.
Right.
Kind of just
Well, you're Scythian?
don't-
Yeah.
I think I count as some things that count as white, and some things that don't count as white, and some things that sort of did and kind of don't, depending on where you're located and what the time period is.
Yeah.
So, who can say?
Who can say?
Not me.
No one has any idea.
But
Nobody-
you did marry an Anglo, so
There you go.
So, I'm
So you've got a little Anglo in you.
Hey,
that was a
you've
really
been
good joke and nobody heard it.
You've been anglified.
you've been.
You've been anglified.
You've been
I-
Anglo.
Anglo by injection.
Oh shit.
Oh God. No.
I was trying to think if Ashton Kutcher says anything fun. Does he just say you got punked? Or is he like something... Joes.
He
Or does he just jump out and go, ha 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 ha?
probably, I think he just does that. I think he jumps up and makes that
He's,
sound.
They
he
don't
like
even
comes
say
up
you
and he's
got
just he's like, dude, we just punked you.
Wait, what were we talking about? Oh. We were categorizing Madison's racial heritage, and now we're going to rank ourselves based on what kind of white people we are now.
So let's do some phrenology also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
I kind of have a weird flat spot right here. What does that mean?
What you don't like? The occipital area. like the very back of your head, like above the nape of your neck.
Oh no, that's great.
Okay, yeah, because some people like an occipital lobe is like a phrenological thing.
What's that?
It's like a bump in the back.
Oh, I kind of have that. What's that mean?
A bump in the back.
Well, I don't know
Yeah, if you got a bump in the back.
Yo, that means that ass.
Yeah, that means butt.
Oh. Well, I don't think I have either.
Oh yeah, but like certain people groups have their skull shaped like that, and so are like Neanderthals.
So like
Like an
like
occipital
the
lobe,
alien,
like the
like the
sand.
alien skulls shaped.
No, it's just like a slightly different.
It's more.
skull.
It's not. Wait, are people's heads usually like this?
It's archaic. Yeah, it's like
And-
flat. It goes up flat, like
Oh,
from
like
the back
from-
of your neck. But like
Yeah.
it's like the skull profile of like I think
It's
like
like
the
the triangle.
Sami, like the what do they call them, the Laplanders.
yeah. Mine is
Their
shaped
one-
like this. Is other people's not?
I don't know.
Are y'all saying the Micro-Magnon brow is not... What are we saying about that?
Like here's the shape. I just took a mold, and this is the shape.
Yeah! It's got a harsh angle.
Well, that's also the shape of my hand, I guess. Here we go. Yeah, it's like this. I'm normal.
There've got to be people that are currently practicing phrenologists, right?
Absolutely.
You don't think anybody does it? It's a big world.
True this, that.
I bet.
No, it's incels have this whole thing about bone structure,
Oh yeah, that's right.
like
Jaw structure.
I want somebody though. I don't want just
There you go.
a sad person
Occipital
on the
lobe.
internet.
It'll be like larger in certain we would say archaic people groups, like old tribes and stuff have it larger there.
Huh.
Yeah.
What are they? Well, what's the non one like that?
Probably like mine. Like I think I don't really know. Oh wait, that one. That's what it's called, occipital bun. That's the
bun.
idea. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Neanderthal crania, but then there's a couple of living people groups that still have it too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Calling it a bun because of the food or the hairdo, you think?
I think the hairdo. Stop
bun.
share.
It's a bun.
Yeah, occipital bun.
Neanderthals are cool.
Yeah, it's a
Neanderthals are lit as fuck, dude.
Yeah, it sucks that we hunted them into extinction.
Something like that happened.
I think we tricked them. Like Homo sapiens was more conniving, and so like the Neanderthals were like, "Hey, we want to help you," and the Homo sapiens were like, "Cool, we can take all your stuff and kill you." And now
You think Homo sapiens genocided Neanderthals?
the
Yeah,
scientists think
they
it.
sort of just became a part of Homo sapiens.
I mean, there's some interbreeding, but not like a ton.
Well, I mean, we did what I think that we did, which seems most likely to me, is that we wrote all of them a note that said, "Meet me in this giant pit." And then they all went and they met in the pit, and then we threw rocks down there.
Yeah.
To take their stuff. So it does kind of seem like our fault.
Yeah, the Neanderthals were incapable of lying or like thinking somebody would do them harm,
And that's why they believed the note.
and so they were, so they were early on put out of business.
Because they were just so
Because they were without guile.
That's the
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah,
They're just the fucking sweetest.
yeah, they're sweet. They're big, sweet galoots.
And that's why that guy wants to fuck Bigfoot.
Oh man, I saw that yesterday. I was just like, "What the?" That guy was like into it, and I was like, "Okay, Bigfoot." And then what? They're in, where was it? Wisconsin or Minnesota?
I don't remember.
Like they don't have Bigfoot over there, dude. Like get the fuck out of here.
I do like
It's gonna be in like Oregon or some or like British Columbia, and I'd be like, okay.
how shockingly cagey he was, that he was like all ready to whip out like, "Oh me, I've got fucking gorilla or orangutan here."
He was excited.
And then they were like, "Where did you get that?" And then he realized, I think what he probably realized is, if I say I ordered it off Amazon, I'm going to look like a real ding dong.
Yeah, I don't
So
think you...
I got it from a guy?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. There's definitely a black market for, like, weird animal products, like buying, like, civet musk or, like, ambergris or something like that.
That's just perfume, man.
Yeah, but some of that stuff has, like, tight controls and tariffs on it.
Because the civet is what? It's like a gland out of a beaver's ass, isn't it?
Yeah, or it's like a that's another thing. A civet's another thing. It's like a kind of like a weasel cat thing.
Yeah, but the it's my dog.
But the beavers do have a scent gland that people keep too.
What's that called?
I don't know.
It's like crazy expensive.
Oh, but it's the one. It's
in perfume.
Vanilla and raspberry flavoring. You can make their little, gland. Which I want to know how somebody. What I really want to be true is that there was just some nerd fucking observing the beavers, and then they're doing something, and they're getting away, and he's running, and he's chasing them, and he trips, screaming, his tongue sticks out, and the beaver also trips, and he lands with his tongue right on that beaver's little butthole.
Whoa.
And at first he's grossed out, but then he realizes, yeah, it tastes just like vanilla. This is amazing. Come back to the lab.
That was a Neanderthal that did that.
It was Neanderthal that fucking invented it.
Yeah. Also, I know a guy that got bit on the ass by a beaver.
How? Because
he was like swimming in a pond, and one rolled up on him and fucking he said it was like beelining for him, and he was like, "Oh my god!" and it like chomped his ass, dude. Yeah.
They can get really big.
I mean,
they're big. They're big.
He must have done something.
No, they're.
He must have done something. He went in the. Oh, it was that beaver's water.
It was in a gross pond too in Salisbury. It was like Tony Tank Pond. That probably doesn't mean it, but it's like a gross like Eastern Shore pond. That's like a lot of lily pads and like like muck and stuff like that. Like pretty swampy. Like
maybe that beaver was trying to save his life. It was like, I gotta get this guy out of the pond.
I don't know.
Please, sir, I have to tell you.
Man, I was playing this really cheap video game that was like clearly made in a foreign country and translated to English, and there's this awesome part. It's like a dungeon game, you go through a level, get to find the last door, go to the next one. And I went to the end of the first level, and this giant skeleton with armor came, and he's like, "You cannot go past here. You will never pass." And then I fight him, and I kill him, and then he goes, "I was trying to help you. You will die on the next level," and then he dies.
Oh, this is actually ripped directly from the storyline of an episode of Galaxy Express 999.
What's that?
It was a cool twist, a man attacked me with an axe, and then after I killed him, he said, "I was doing that to save your life."
But he was going to murder you to save your life?
That's what it appeared. I mean, he did come at me with like an axe and hit me with it, and like I lost HP and stuff, He wasn't like...
Was it like a scared straight program?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure that if I would have just let him hit me with the axe, my HP would have gone to 0 and it would have been game over.
Well, then this was not a very
He's inside your head, Ryan.
He's
inside your head. He got in your head.
Axe.
He did. I guess so. That in a way, he hasn't really died.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
He resets and the simulation continues.
The funny thing is that he was at the end of like level 1, and like I got all the way to level 5, so it was like
he didn't even know what he was talking about.
No, he should have waited a couple. I mean, it would have been more convincing if he would have waited a couple levels.
Maybe it was a thing where like he really felt like he wanted a day off, and he was trying to find a dramatic way to keep more people from coming in. Where he was like, "Look, I think if just nobody comes in today, we can all leave early. If anybody comes in, I'll tell them we're closed." But then things got out of hand quickly. I like him now.
It was only a matter of time.
I've created a narrative for him.
And are we talking about a caveman?
No, this was a skeleton with armor on.
I just can't stop thinking about Neanderthals. I love cavemen.
They're good. Have you ever been to that exhibit at it's one of the Smithsonian's, where you walk around and they have all the hyper-realistic little busts of what all the different pre-human.
Hell yeah, I love cavemen.
And they're all at the different heights that they would be, and a lot of them are real short.
Yeah, because they're little guys.
Little heads.
Little cavemen.
Most of them are nasty. I feel like one or two of them are like almost marmosets, and that's pretty great.
Australopithecines were pretty monkey-like.
Have you seen Altered States?
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Rise from your grave.
Dude, I'm a 40-year-old stoner. I've seen that movie.
I found out this week that it was written by the same guy who wrote Network.
Yeah, I think I knew that.
But he took his name off of it.
So Aaron and Paul Hollywood are the exact same age.
That's right. Man, he's got way more grays than I do.
He is the most fucking sun-roasted somebody.
He is. It made me feel good that he was like saying 40 as like that's a respectably young age.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
That I wish I was. I was like, hell yeah.
I guess like he's so
Ronin
fucking
sexy.
sun-dried that maybe he's not in his 40s, but if he was, I think that that's the point where
He's
lying
like
about your
63.
age. Don't lie about your age unless you can pull off that age. Because then if people believe you, then they're just like, wow, you look horrible for 40. Like, if he's 40, he would look horrible for 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also must have like a dermatologist on constant retainer. Like he must just be discovering new moles and shit.
Yeah, just always.
But
always
he's yeah.
Look out.
He looks like he's like one of those tanners that has like the reflective one of these.
Oh, he's got one of the tanning beds in his basement.
Oh. You don't think he's just like laying out? Like just like in like a fucking little white Speedo?
Yeah, laying out in that brilliant
in fucking England.
Yeah.
British sunshine.
Hell yeah.
Getting
toasted.
When I was growing up, one of my best childhood friends had a terrifying mom who, looking back on it, was just an alcoholic, but we had no idea at the time. But she had a tanning bed in their basement.
Oh, weird.
And it was weird.
Was she like the most dehydrated woman on the planet?
She was like definitely
thirsty.
I mean, she was exactly like a cartoon version of like a former pageant queen, which is what she was.
Oh,
she was like fucking toasted to death, hair real bleached, and just like clearly like going through something constantly. Like had married she was like a legal secretary, and then she married one of the high-powered lawyers, clearly for his cash, and then they had a really terrifying and messy divorce. It was like everything that you would expect from this exact.
It was like a Danielle Steele novel.
And her name
I
was
don't know.
Desiree.
What is it? Gasper Ray?
Desiree.
Desiree.
Disarray.
Desiree.
You know what though?
This Dessa was terrifying. A
tanning. If I was like, I don't know, tanning beds. Like, I'm not gonna knock them totally, because like, wouldn't it be kind of tight to get in a tanning bed like the first or second week of January?
I mean,
just feel good.
I feel like
it feels good to get sun, you know.
For like 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, and like not go crazy. Just do like 1 or 2 sessions where you just like get a good dose of vitamin D.
I feel like then couldn't you just?
You know, it's not the sun in a tanning bed, though, right?
It's the wavelengths.
UV, yeah.
Yeah.
But then
I mean, like you can grow a plant under light.
Seasonal affective disorder lamps.
Yeah, it's the same. It's like kind of like the same idea.
Body.
What's up?
You order like 40 of the seasonal affective disorder lamps, and then you arrange them underneath like a big sheet of plexi.
Oh right, yeah, it's like a big diffuser.
That sounds cool.
And then
you just like sit in front of it for a while.
Nude.
Yeah,
I don't know about that. Dude, did you watch The Lighthouse, Ryan?
Not yet.
Oh, it's so fucking. I need to watch it again. Has anybody else seen it?
Jordan and I saw it with Connor.
Yeah. I watched it again recently. Still good.
Yeah. I was.
Is tanning a large part of this movie?
Standing in front of a light naked is.
You know what?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like Thursday for me.
Yeah.
The London of Munchkin.
Dude, I like to get freaky too.
The Munchkin of London might be in front of a lamp naked any time.
Yeah.
It's where you might find him, like a little rotisserie chicken just spinning around.
Was the Munchkin of London from Long Island?
You guys are really, when you go back and watch this, I feel like the Munchkin of London is kind of like a character that like it takes a while before it really hits you. Like it may be the second viewing.
He's no soaker.
No, but in a way he's like better because you like don't get it at all, and then you go back and watch it again and you're like, how did I not get this? How did I not pick up on like the incredibly blatant and vivid Munchkin like qualities that Ryan has been putting into his inflections?
Damn.
Yeah, I'm into it.
I promise.
So tell me more about the Munchkin. So it's the Munchkin of London of Long Island?
No, he's just British.
Oh.
I said that. You
Yeah,
sounded like you're from Long
an
Island.
affected accent that he does that.
Yeah.
Well, he's a little person, so his voice isn't right,
It's a little wonky.
He's in a mood today.
I've been doing a thing where I decided I'm not going to look at any news or read any Twitter at all, and I only want to find out about what's going on in the world from people I know.
Damn, I've done that before. It's tight.
It's very freeing.
Yeah, and like you only hear about the stuff that like is really big and might actually be important.
Yeah,
But then I did that. I was doing that a while back. I guess it was like last year, and then Connor told me all about the Ukraine intrigue that was going on in like a really kind of like Connor furious stoned rant, and I was like, wow, the world is so crazy. When you're like someone tells it to you instead of like seeing it on the news, it's even wilder.
Especially if Connor's telling you.
Yeah.
Before you said that, I was gonna say like, yeah, but you need to be careful because like, what if you not get all your news from Connor? Which actually, he's well informed.
He talked about doing a news show on here before, where he only read good news.
Oh, he had talked about that.
A news show would be really good because then somebody could be the weather person and somebody could do sports. It could really like harness all of our individual inclinations.
I love this idea.
It's not bad.
Do it.
I mean, yeah.
Also, if Connor is doing only good news, does the weather person only do the worst weather?
The weather's fine.
Good
any
news,
way you
bad
look
weather.
at it. Yeah.
Yo,
Weather is weather.
it's like, I feel like that's a whole idea you could even have an email thread that lasts for like 2.5 weeks for.
What?
You could like make an email thread of like who's gonna do the weather, who's gonna do the sports, and then like
Like it'd be more fun just to do the email thread than to actually make the show. You're saying?
I just think it's probably more probable.
More fun too.
It's a year for being realistic.
The problem with Connor doing a news show is that I will have to actually make the show for him. And
Yeah.
it'll just be Connor talking.
Yeah, that's what it was going to be anyway.
Except for when it cuts to like the weather
Yeah.
or sports. What else do they have?
Hold on, I got some weather for
Do
you.
they have any other characters on the news? Oh, I guess you got your investigative.
Well, correspondent in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got your person who's like getting blown by wind because they're
I feel like it's got Vronsky on the street.
Oh shit!
yeah,
Oh shit!
and the person who's going like undercover to expose things.
Oh fuck, dude.
The John Stossel kind of.
Yeah, you have to have a gotcha journalist.
Yeah.
in Birmingham.
How about this guy?
Oh yeah.
It's
This guy's
big
great.
weather bomb that hit Sydney, Nova Scotia on
What did
Thursday.
I
A
search?
lot of debris are flying down the Charlotte Street,
No.
and they had to shut down the Charlotte Street. They had a lot of police officers walking down on Charlotte.
Anywho, yeah,
Where?
he always
Wait, where's he from?
Nova Scotia.
Wow,
And,
huh?
oh, I should have played another one. No, because like anytime there's a big weather system coming up and down the East Coast, it doesn't matter. He'll read the weather report for it.
Yeah.
So like I found out about him a couple years ago when there was like a nor'easter or something blowing through, and he'd be like, "Baltimore, Maryland, affecting the areas around Washington D.C., Northern Virginia. The winds are going to be blowing at 40 miles an hour with gusts up to 50 to 60 offshore." You know, like he rules.
Oh yeah, I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's extremely committed.
Oh yeah. He's locked in to his.
It's like for a while, like David Lynch was doing, like posting a video every day where it was just like he was looking at the weather outside of his office window.
Oh, he'd be like, "Sunny LA."
Yeah, yeah, it's like the exact same every single day.
Yeah, pretty much.
In Birmingham, we had a weather guy, James Spann, and James Spann really wanted everything to be very dramatic, which we do have tornadoes in Alabama. So every time there was even like a whiff of a tornado, we'd get excited. He'd roll up his sleeves and loosen his tie, but there was also a weather person in the field, and you never saw them. But his name was John Oldshoe. And John Oldshoe was always the person who had to go out in the storm chaser van and like look into the eye of the tornado, and he was always audibly extremely nervous and fucking shit up constantly. Where like James Spann was like clearly
spill coffee in his lap,
going to die in this tornado, and then like John Oldshoe, you would hear like pounding hail and like the roar of a tornado coming through as he would nervously sit in the van.
You know what? That's the sound of ratings.
It really was. It was wonderful. One time he accidentally said that there was hail the size of baby golf balls.
Baby golf balls.
Yeah.
Before they're mature and can be harvested.
Basic like average hailstone size.
Yeah, like a baby golf ball would be anything smaller than a fucking golf ball.
Yeah, that's so it's like something the size of a lima bean, i.e. every hailstone I've ever seen.
It like so and you never saw his face or his body. You just heard his nervous voice.
Poor Oldshoe.
Oldshoe was never having a good time, and they frequently just called him by his last name, and everybody else got to be called by their first name.
They're like, Oldshoe, he's just getting fucking walked over.
I feel like maybe he fucked somebody else's wife, or he brought somebody like a Diet Coke when they asked for regular, or something like that, and that they were like, "We have a new job for you."
Oh man, like almost dying guy.
Oh.
Yeah, who knows? But it seemed like a punishment.
Yo, in Alabama, do they call all sodas Cokes?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what kind of Coke do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's so wild to me.
That shit is wild.
Yo, that shit is wild.
We're using a brand to refer to like a whole general category of a thing that is just like, what the fuck, man?
Yo.
Like, can't you distinguish in your brain?
I would like a specific beverage. Yeah.
Can't you distinguish in your brain?
Dr. Pepper is my favorite kind of Coke.
See, but this
What the fuck?
It's a true
Makes
sentence.
sense, yeah.
It's a true sentence for this Alabamian.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking tight though, man. USA. We all in here, fucking we play lacrosse. We say Dr. Pepper is our favorite kind of Coke. Yeah.
just those two things.
You can. I'll think of some other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we leave the tea bag in. We might leave that thing in the whole time. Might finish the tea before the tea bag even comes out.
I do like to leave the tea bag in and then just pour more hot water in, and you can have like 3 or 4 cups of tea that way.
Do tea drinkers like feel stressed out by that?
No.
I mean, people whose culture includes drinking of tea, like on the reg, they think it's gross to leave the tea bag in and just drink with the tea bag in the whole time.
Why? Because you could get that papery, sort of like drinking through a sponge. when it gets up against your lips, and you're not gonna. What are you gonna do? Hold it back? So you just let it happen.
It doesn't happen. It sticks to the side of the cup.
I've had this experience, and that's why I can.
It's fine.
I mean, maybe it's because I fucked up horribly.
I don't know.
Maybe it's because of your weird gypsy heritage.
Yeah. Maybe you don't drink enough
Ryan
tea.
is really on a tear today.
Yeah.
They were trying to warn us.
Maybe you need to drink more tea.
I do.
Yeah.
I
gotta
feel like
get
I've
in the-
actually had plenty. One of my favorite things to do, which I'm sure would make a British person extremely sad, is that they have those horrifying iced tea bags where you stick it in like a big plastic cup of cold water, and then it makes like raspberry iced tea. Or I got another flavor, but it also tastes like raspberry iced tea. And then you put it in there, and then you do like the tea bag floats over and gets stuck against your mouth. You kind of just suck the tea through it. It's fucking.
You really don't like the feeling of a tea bag on your mouth.
No, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
You don't like it when it floats over?
No, I'm fine with it.
Madison's okay about it. If it's got a tea bag in it, she's down.
Okay. All right, cool.
If it includes
I
tea
had two different
bags.
kinds of tea today.
Tell us about them.
Yeah, I had Earl Grey
Girl.
for my first drink. And then I had coffee. And then I chopped up some ginger, and I had some cinnamon sticks, and I put them in a pot.
Ooh.
When that boiled for a while, I threw 2 regular black tea bags in it and just made a pot.
That sounds nice.
Made a pot of spiced tea.
That is very nice.
That would go great with some Delilah on the radio.
Some Delilah.
Yeah, you know the lady that does the call-in show with all the Christmas songs in the Christmas season, and she's like sitting in her cottage and a little wisp of smoke's coming out of the chimney, and Neil Diamond calls her on the phone, he's like, hey, warm up some cocoa for me, Delilah, I'm coming over.
How is it that her whole job is just doing one Christmas radio show?
Wait,
I think she
can't
does
say I
adult
know
contemporary
I
DJ.
don't know that show.
I have no idea what y'all are talking
And you know what else? I just realized I've never let a candy cane melt in my hot chocolate to make it minty chocolate.
about. Is that a thing?
If you get those socks,
I'm sure it is, but I also was just like,
I mean, that's.
I was just like
great, but I
playing
didn't know it was
jazz
a
in my brain, and I'm like, yeah, man, candy.
Yeah, you were playing a candy cane like it was a trumpet and making some crazy bebop licks.
Is this something that the Munchkin of London knows?
No.
What? Candy
I'm
canes?
trying to learn about this character you love so much, and you won't yes and me.
I feel like really when you rewatch the video, it'll all be. It's like the usual suspects.
I'm never going to watch this.
no one will.
Never.
It doesn't matter.
I refuse. When I am, maybe it'll be like a Titanic thing, or like when I'm finally remembering where my jewels are, I'll go back and I'll remember all of y'all and how you all died frozen clinging to a board.
Right.
That's how I'm going out.
Yeah, I mean that's how we're all going out.
Ain't going out like that.
Yeah, ain't going in.
Yeah, you got it right. Look, hold on. No, I can't do it.
Have y'all re-listened to Ball with the Ba anytime recently?
Listen to what?
The Kid Rock song, Ball with the Ba.
Is that the one that starts, my name is Kid?
Yeah, you know, I heard that
Wow.
song.
Quite a while before that.
I definitely have listened to that song this year in its entirety. I might actually like put it on, not just like found it in the wild, so to speak. But yeah, it's good.
It's the chant, the rest of the song, the part of the song that is the actual song, I don't care for. But the
With
chant.
the bow, with the bow, the bow, the bang diddy.
What about the
Boogie said up, jump, boogie.
Right.
over again? There's also Get in the Pit and Try to Love
Love somebody. Yeah, dude, that's a
Yeah,
good
which is extremely good.
one.
It's an extremely good thing to yell.
Dude.
So I don't know. I think it might be a Kid Rock, even a blind hog kind of situation.
Y'all have seen that music video of Kid Rock, right? I think it's like a ballad song, and he's it's like shows him waking up in the morning, and he gets his newspaper, and it's like something about Pamela Anderson, and he makes his coffee, and he goes to the bathroom, and his toilet paper says Radiohead on every sheet. It's kind of an amazing joke for Kid Rock to make in his music video that's on MTV a lot. I was proud of him when I saw it.
Pretty good burn.
Yeah,
It was a pretty good burn. Pretty good, kid.
No. Like, what, he's got a chip on his shoulder because, like, they're like wussy English guys.
Yeah, like he wipes his ass with that Radiohead you
Wipe
like.
my head, that Radiohead shit.
I can relate though, in a way.
I don't like Radiohead.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
What, Radiohead?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
really?
care for it.
that dude's voice is like the definition of sniveling.
Damn, you sound like my dad talking about REM.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not a big fan of that band either.
Oh, shit. There you go.
Oh, see, I do like
I-
R.E.M.
Well, can you at least appreciate, I mean, like, lots and lots of people like both of those bands.
I feel like REM is like if you sucked all of the joy of life out of the B-52s and then killed the women.
That's kind of
That's what it's REM.
like that's not. I like R.E.M. and that's not inaccurate.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to bands that I don't like.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I know, it's why something sucks that I don't like.
What about Shiny Happy People?
Yeah, see, I would just rather listen to Rome.
Damn, that's a jam.
Rome is so good.
You know what?
I would
Rome
say
is good
so.
at 33 RPM, too.
Oh shit, I gotta listen to that.
I just made this mixtape of, Lorenzo gave me a bunch of boxes of 45s to hold on to, and I made a tape out of, like, the good ones, and I was like, wait, I can't have the single aroma. I put it on the tape slow, and it jams.
Nice.
Into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll listen to B-52s any day of the week.
They are really something special.
It's like probably one of my favorite bands.
An
They're
excellent
good.
time.
Yeah.
Excellent party people from Georgia.
And
And
REM are
I mean, they're
not
you know,
not party people, but also, from Georgia.
Yeah. I don't know. I fucks with RDMs a little bit, so
I like them.
I don't like stand them.
I just could never get into them.
I think the only reason why I like them is that my parents liked them, so it was part of my baby music.
I find them curiously
My
plain.
mom liked them. And I wanted a Walkman when I was a kid, but I didn't like any music.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom didn't know what to do, so she just got me REM tapes.
Perfect.
Oh, you don't like music? Here doesn't have an REM tape.
Damn. Which ones did you have?
I had Out of Time
Yeah.
and Automatic for the People.
Oh, well, yeah, those two. Yeah, those are pretty.
Andy, did you hear about this one? Andy, did you like in the punch?
Yeah.
I never totally understood what he was going on. What he was going
That
for
song
there.
was about Andy Kaufman.
I know, but what is he saying? Like, what is he saying to Andy? I don't really
I
understand
don't
what he's
know.
saying.
He's just like, man, you are like a magical
That's
dude.
Andy.
Yeah. And I don't understand you, but what are you doing, man?
He's dead.
Yeah, he's checking in.
No, I watched the on Netflix. They released the footage of Jim Carrey being an asshole in Andy Kaufman method acting,
Yeah.
and it was some of it was pretty funny. The one good thing they did was Bob Zamuda was hanging out with them the whole time, and Jim Carrey got invited to the Playboy Mansion, and they sent what the fuck is this? Tony Clifton, right? And they all thought it was Jim Carrey dressed up and like in deep character, and they're like, "Wow, he's so amazing," but it was Bob Zamuda, and they all thought it was Jim Carrey. And then Jim Carrey, he's there for like 4 hours and like making a fucking scene, and then Jim Carrey shows up. And they're like,
Nice.
what the fuck?
Nice.
And then they threw him out. And
That's
shit.
awesome. And Jim Carrey baited
Jerry Lawler like relentlessly,
giving him a real pile driver.
Yeah,
which like everyone who was making the movie was like, don't give Jim Carrey a pile driver. Like, we're using a double, and then they just did it.
They insisted on it.
They're so mad.
Yeah, because in real life they were like chill and like they're working together, Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, totally.
But Andy Kaufman, but like Jim Carrey kind of like insists that he was channeling him, and like people's like Andy Kaufman had a kid or something like that when he was a teenager. That chick came and like talked to him. It was kind of weird.
That sounds like a lot.
It was a lot.
Jerry,
Like he like made everybody on set refer to him as Andy, and he like stayed in character the whole time, like the whole shoot. Like
what's especially wild about this is that that's not what character acting is.
No,
method. Sorry, method acting is just the idea that you could draw on like relevant personal experiences. That like if you are acting like somebody is dying, that then you would remember like somebody who has died in your life and how that made you feel, or how you would feel if somebody important to you died. And so like the idea with method acting is just that like you will allow some parts of your personal experience to inform things so you act in a more realistic way, but it has nothing to do with like
when people do weird shit like that.
Shia.
Like walking around and being constantly in character doesn't have anything to do with it.
Huh.
It's really a wild thing.
Is there a name for that? I mean, because like people do it all the time now and call it method acting.
Shia. I think Shia does it.
Yeah.
He like knocked his teeth out. I think that was like they were talking about. Yeah, he like got some of his teeth knocked out to be like a war guy in some movie about wars.
He got like a full chest tattoo. Like as a part of a movie.
Yeah.
What?
It's like a crazy jester chest tattoo.
Do they tattoo it on him in the movie?
I think so.
Okay, I'll kind of give them that. That's cool, but like they do have a lot of like movie magic.
Yeah.
He wanted to do the real thing, so.
That's the fucking thing where like, now it seems like for the most part it's just an excuse for you to do something like. It's mainly an excuse for you to kind of be a cock to other people and then be like, oh no, it's method acting. That's why I had to talk to you in the Batman voice and yell at you a bunch.
Right.
Because, like, it's not me, it's Batman that's being mean to you.
Wesley Snipes.
It's like a little kid.
The Blade movies would only answer to Blade.
I would
only communicate with the director with Post-its.
Oh no.
Who did that?
That's my favorite.
Wesley.
Like, I don't respect anybody doing this, like, weird fake method acting thing except for Wesley Snipes doing Blade.
Yeah.
It's like everybody else.
I thought Leslie Nielsen. And I was like, that can't be true.
No, like, because it's like everybody else that does it, it's like a super serious, like, historical figure or something like that.
Yeah,
but like Wesley Snipes, no, it's Blade.
Abraham Lincoln.
Right, exactly.
I think that if you were to put on the Blade costume, you would also begin to feel some of what he was feeling about how powerful and
the katana. You're like,
yeah,
yeah.
That's fucking. And honestly,
the Daywalker
probably makes more sense that like if you're just playing a real person, then you could be like, I don't know, like I know what it's like to be a person who is sad or angry about something, but when you're something crazy, then like maybe you have a better reason to be like, no, I kind of got to stick with this because maybe I'm not going to be like
can't get back in the headspace.
Yeah.
It almost is like lazy acting.
Yeah.
Oh, remember when I
Like,
stopped?
instead of being able to turn it on and off, you're just like, well, I'm just going to turn it on once and then turn it off. Because otherwise it's just like click.
Remember when we did Cook Thief play? I stopped drinking for like 3 months before, like from the beginning of working on it until the night the play started.
Oh God.
That was my method acting. I just didn't drink until the day the play started.
And then you drank in the play, didn't you?
Yeah, I drank quite a bit at the play.
Oh, because you wanted to be like have it affect you more.
No, just because I'm a better performer if I'm inebriated.
Fair. Man.
It can go too far. There has been some times that have perhaps overshot the mark, but in general, I'd say I'm a lot more pleasant to be around when I'm drunk.
I don't.
Not if you're in a bad mood. If everything's fucking like hunky dory and we're all making a play, yeah. But
I just gotta say, it's not related to anybody's method anything, but that one time we were in that play that went on for a real long time, we all pissed in that cat litter bucket.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we had to pee in a bucket for Konotny.
Well, we had to, yeah.
Oh.
And we put cat litter in the bottom of it.
So you wouldn't hear the pee hitting the bottom of the plastic bucket.
That's gross.
It was fun.
It was a good play.
It would have been fine too if that one, that weird girl that Connor was kind of dating, who was our stage manager, didn't spill the bucket.
She did fucking spill that.
The one thing.
Also,
the one thing.
It was like full, and there was a point. What
Y'all
I
should have
remember,
not let the piss bucket get full.
That's
it.
Well,
how full was it?
Wait, what am I supposed to do? Stop halfway? Like pitch it off?
So the play was like
You
2
fill up a
hours,
bucket
right?
One night.
well, it was 3 people pissing in it over a course of many hours, and we had been drinking vodka ahead of time.
Yeah, it was longer than
Right.
2 hours. It was definitely not
But y'all
2
were
hours.
4 hours.
It was like
You
4.
weren't emptying the bucket between nights, were you?
No, it's not our job.
Exactly.
I don't think we peed in it.
What? You didn't dump it out at the end of the night?
We're actors. That's not our job.
I feel like the first night there was hardly any pee in it. It didn't even really seem like it was worth dumping out.
There was a moment, because a horrible stage manager girl really liked the vibe of the pee bucket, and she really wanted to piss in it, to be like part of the group.
Oh,
Hell
And
yeah.
she spilled it because she pissed in it when it was already too full, because she was excited about being included.
So, it's like the band Guided by Voices.
It's exactly like that.
Had 2 buckets on stage, and one said puke and one said piss.
Sounds about right.
Because
And
they
then
would
what?
drink a whole lot and play for a long time. I don't know if they really got used, but I
It
know
probably
that,
got used at least a little bit.
yeah, definitely the pee.
Is there any sense in keeping them separate?
I don't know.
I think if
That's
you're gonna
gross.
puke, you don't want your face that close to the
Yeah, you
bucket
wanna
where it has
puke.
pee in it. You know, the pee will splash up.
But you don't want to puke into another person's puke either.
Mm,
Is that better?
yeah, that's like, like a vision of a more perfect world.
Puke on puke.
Yeah, that our pukes could mix.
It smells worse than
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but puke, if it splashes back on you,
Ugh.
it's not as big a deal as if pee splashes on your face.
Right. Wait.
Yeah.
No, I'd
I
rather
don't
have
think
pee
that's-
splash on me than puke.
Yeah,
I don't make the rules.
Even if it is other people's pee. I'd rather puke on me. Puke is so gross. Pee, I don't really give a fuck about.
I think the idea is that puke is from the mouth in this area, and then pee is from
Yeah,
down
it's
there. If you
also
cross the two areas.
It's not like
It's much
puke.
deeper than
Puke is
that.
like a category, all right? Like, because puke is like a lot of different stuff.
Puke
It's like
is
bile,
50% of the way to
digested
puke.
food. Like, it's gross.
Yeah.
Condoms full of drugs.
Yeah, smells so bad. I'd rather smell piss than puke.
Certainly. In fact, yeah, if I'm forced to choose, do I puke on puke or do I puke on piss? I'm puking on piss.
Okay.
Only fresh piss though. Old piss smells awful.
Oh yeah,
That's
old
true.
piss is awful. True. Believe me.
Really,
Is
really
there a
bad.
third
People
option
pee
where you
next to
knock
my
out the
stairs
bucket
all
and
the
then
time.
pull it back and
I'm glad we're really solving the big problems.
Yeah.
we always solve the big problems.
Yeah.
We
Oh, we
decided
do.
we can't save the Great British Bake Off.
Yeah,
Well,
They
that's,
fucked
we'll
with
never
us
take a
too
break.
hard.
that's a lost cause.
Yeah, it's sunk. It's sunk.
They
Its
Next
pastry
year-
is pop.
they want to bring it back. I was explaining this to another person that like in years past they've had people like Tamal. Not only was he a really good baker, but he was also training to be an anesthesiologist, and he was so hot that he had to come out because too many women were like hollering at him on Twitter, and he had to explain that he was not going to have sex with any of them because he was gay. Like that was the caliber that we were working with before. Was handsome, competent doctor.
I'm coming out, so you better get this party started.
And he sang that song.
I'm coming
He did. He
out,
came out to that song. He was like, I'm super gay, so you better not holler at me on Twitter.
I think it was less that he
Ladies.
was like, I think it was actually like in an interview, people were like, so many women have reached out to you because they think you're
He's like, and they're all barking up the wrong thing.
He's like, they're all disgusting. Ugh. I don't even want them to think
like,
about me doing that to them. I don't want that. I don't want to be doing that in their head. You know, I don't even want an image of me to do that to that disgusting thing of theirs.
So repulsed by it.
Ugh, I would never
Somebody interviewing.
would never touch or be near or even present at the unveiling of such a awful orifice.
Presidency unveiling of.
President.
I
was present at the unveiling.
I don't want to be associated in the minds of the British television viewer with such a disgusting genital.
Say something really mean. The British caliber for a hot girl is so much lower than everybody else's caliber for a hot girl. And I do feel like if you were going to have a crew of people that you would be like, I would prefer we didn't. I feel like British ladies are those people. Controversy got brave.
I mean, British women are, they're famously ugly because the Vikings abducted all the hot ones, took them over the Viking part of the Europe.
And that's why they're all hot.
Yeah, they would ride in a boat and be like, oh, it looks like there's still a couple of not ugly ones we missed. And they take those and go away.
Yes. Damn.
And then if they got bored of those, they'd be like, I gotta go do some fishing. And then they'd get on a boat and go over, find another part of England.
Yeah.
Burn down houses, steal things from churches, and make off with the hot women. And you gotta imagine...
Talent.
You gotta imagine that for the hot women, it was kind of like oh, don't take me, I don't know, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine life at that time as a British lady, like, I don't know, probably if something exciting happened, it would be terrifying.
Yeah, I'd rather be with a wolf than a sheep.
A strapping Swede comes and, like, slays your husband with a single stroke of his club.
But it was probably not a husband that you loved. It was probably a husband who had, like, their dads had, like, adjoining farmland.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
They essentially purchased you.
Yeah, and so then you're there, like, I don't know, I guess we're supposed to have kids or whatever. And then, I'm sure it was scary in a lot of cases, but I bet there were some people where a guy came in, was hot, wearing furs and shit, he was like, you have to come with me. And
yeah. Muscles everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Long hair.
You away from my family
You're
who's
in the
old.
cottage. Beats me again, Mariel.
And he's like, we're gonna go on this boat and we're gonna go to a very cold place where the only thing we can really do is drink and eat meat and have sex.
Wear beautiful sweaters.
Yeah, oh my god.
I don't think they figured out the sweaters yet.
I don't know. They've been weaving fabric for a while there, buddy.
They have very nice.
Why aren't they wearing them in all those paintings of the boats?
Oh.
What?
I would imagine that a sweater is not good, at least at that time. You would want something that is more water resistant and durable.
Wool's water resistant.
So something like wool, I guess, would be usable, but you would want something like a fur because the leather on the inside would protect you more and it would be warm.
A lot of Vikings, I think, during, like while they were pillaging, would fall asleep. When they wore nice big coats, so they started instituting a rule, like everyone's got to have bare arms, so we don't fall asleep while we're trying to burn down.
Too comfortable while they're pillaging?
Yeah. they were like, okay, I don't see how else. We keep having people fall asleep. I don't see any other way around this except we're gonna have to ban long sleeves on the raids.
Then that really helped with the lady take it, because then you got them rippling guns out.
Yeah.
Man, you're gonna have to come with me.
The time period from like the woman kidnapped being unwilling to being like, Sweden's not so bad, is it? Like it got a lot shorter when the arms came out.
Yeah, we're like, I think initially
They're just like,
probably
okay.
their experience is your life is bad and you were a dirt farm, but you are very hot, but that doesn't mean anything. And then somebody busts into your like thatch roof cottage, and at first you're like, what the fuck? And then I don't know, it's some guy that looks like fucking
Fabio.
Yeah, it's some sort of Fabio looking dude who's like, you gotta come with me or I'm gonna club you. And you're like, well,
Or it's probably more like, you're coming with me one way or the other. You can make this easy.
But
They probably don't speak the same language.
I mean, that's what you gotta do.
But I feel like you would catch the vibe.
Yeah.
Also, if you are, because people were shorter back then too, if you're my size or smaller and the big muscular guy comes, he probably just sticks you under his arm like a prize pig, walks right the fuck out. Just kind of
yeah.
And then
He still would if it hadn't been.
Like, wait, I hate everything. My best hope was like drowning in a river because I soaked my woolen garments too hard.
And see, like, this isn't even an option for young women anymore. It's really sad. Like, we've really taken away a path.
Didn't R. Kelly try to do that, kind of?
Yeah, I think
he did.
I think he was a little bit more like plying with gifts. He didn't ride in and like burn down the place. He like came with presents. Like, would you like hey, I'll pay for your scholarship to high school basketball camp,
I feel like the thing here is that this only really works if your life is already terrible. If you have like nothing going for you, you just like live in this hut and work constantly.
And the toilet paper sucks.
You don't like that much.
It's like old ancient toilet paper. It like crumbles like a mummy's dust.
Yeah, you have just like mummy dust toilet paper, and you're just always like trying to dry meat.
Mummy dust. Oh man, the munchkin is going crazy tonight.
The first good Munchkin joke.
The munchkin has been wild and out.
Maybe we should have a business where our service is that we hire hot men to dress up as Vikings, and you can sign up to have one break into your house.
And he has like he like removes his codpiece and says, "No one would blame you. No one would blame you."
Specifically it has to be like you got married and started having kids, and then you realized like, oh no, I fucked up. This wasn't what I wanted. And then you hire like a strapping male model to come to your home and be like, oh no, it's me, a Viking. Whatever will you do? You shan't escape alive. And then you're like, whoops.
Yeah.
I think it's a good business model. I think there are a lot of
like a historical rape escort.
Why not?
Is that what we're talking here?
That is exactly the business that I've come up with.
I don't know. You want to help me get clients?
It's rape. It's rape fantasy.
I know.
It's an unexploited market.
But you don't say fantasy while it's happening, or it's not hot.
So what in the like historical hunks a historical
hunks
what fantasy escort.
Right. Oh, right. He
Yeah.
said historical hunks : I was like, I don't want those kind of
historical hunks :
Well, I think you could probably pay extra for a range of different experiences.
Okay. Yeah, you can get like Roman centurion, Viking, Mongol, like maybe just like a Celtic
horde.
barbarian. Yeah, like a Hun.
Yeah.
Scheming Persian.
A Scythian. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there are a lot of people who, I mean, there's the whole Omegaverse thing. All those Omegaverse people,
yeah,
you would have to do like the fantasy version.
Oh, I told somebody about that. Another person.
It's extremely
Another
intense.
person.
Yeah, I told another person about that.
You've infected them.
Yeah, they were like, "Ooh, I wish I could draw better." That's what he said. He said, "I wish I could draw better."
So that he could illustrate these.
No, it's this dude I know. Yeah. Yeah, I was like,
yeah, you don't have to. You would not be the first.
Yeah.
To make an artistic rendering.
Yeah, but I'm also like not just telling people about that. That would be like, whoa, that's weird. I'm like trying to tell people that'd be like, oh, whoa, and like think about it for a few days, like I did. Like I wasn't just like, oh, that's some weird shit. I was like, what the fuck? And like I was like working, thinking about it for like an hour.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
That means you want to join.
No, I was just trying to figure it out.
You're gonna be in the Omegaverse in like 2 weeks. Yeah. This is always how it starts.
We get teleported into it.
Oh, that's it'll be like a reading rain, like a wishbone situation.
I mean, like this was a few days ago. I really haven't thought about it much since.
Yeah, you're talking about it now, like it's like the main thing you've thought about.
Damn, dog. I mean, I've thought about some other stuff, but it's none of your business.
The men getting pregnant thing.
Yeah, it's too much.
Is like how?
With them wolf cocks.
Not how does it happen, because I know it's the magic of fiction.
Yeah.
But I mean,
why?
How did they like get there? How did they get there?
I don't know.
They followed their donor.
Wow, like a very intense form of like domination and ownership. I've like,
but why can't it be
so hard that like you have to have my kid?
Yeah, I get that, but aren't you saying like why is it a guy that's getting pregnant?
Because they're gay.
Right.
Yeah, I think
but that can't happen.
Like, that's the like if the fan fiction or whatever is about like two dude characters, like the audience still wants like that like really intense level of like claiming and ownership.
Yeah, I know, but it's insane because it just runs down your leg.
Not in the
Omegaverse.
Yeah.
In the Omegaverse, you rub it into your skin, and then the sperm goes through the pores, and then it creates a baby.
Oh,
and it's a scary dominance baby.
Weird.
Yeah.
I found out about this other really weird fandom that is like one character from the Lorax movie, the version of the movie.
Okay. What?
They made one recently.
I can't figure out how.
What's his name?
From the movie version of the Lorax.
They made one like in the aughts, right?
Is Danny DeVito in it?
I think so, in the aughts, yeah. And so it's like this character, I think it's called Onceler.
Yes.
That's in the book. Yeah. And it's just like the bad guy. But in the movie,
he's the capitalist.
They make his character bigger, and he's like an emo boy. What? So everyone got really into him online, and they wanted to ship him, but there's no one else. There's like no characters in the movie apparently, so they couldn't really ship him. So they started making other versions of the Onceler to ship with each other, and that like it just spirals out of control, and everyone has their own original Onceler who is them. They're like, they're like Fursona Onceler.
Mary Sue Onceler.
And then, but then there's controversy because they're like, you can't ship Onceler with Onceler because that's incest, which I don't know if I agree with. Maybe they're saying that's incest. You can't ship the same person with each other.
So wait, is it like you can make your own Fursona, but instead of fur, it's just this one character, but also you?
Yes.
In the book, the Onceler is like not even visible.
It's like just his arm sticks out a window, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they had
And he's
to
like
create.
gesture. It's like Dr. Claw and Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
And
Like,
he's a
it's
villain?
character that only
Like
exists
Dr.
in
Seuss
one.
intended?
Hmm?
Do you think that
Did
this
he
is
intend
Dr.
this?
Seuss's grand design, like looking into the future?
He
Yes, I
planted the
do.
Onceler seed.
He did some erotic renderings during
Dr.
his life
Seuss?
of like his like characters and things like fucking each other.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
That's
right.
cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you? That sounds fun.
Yo, I want that on.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, she's like, I'm
these-
already.
These like duck humanoid things, like why don't they? Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
that's tight. Yeah. I want to see that.
I think you could Google like Dr. Seuss
Dr. Seuss
erotic
fucking.
or something, and
Dr.
probably a lot of
Dr.
stuff will pop
Seuss
up.
nudes.
Dr. Seuss nudes.
Yeah, leak
Um,
Dr. Seuss nudes.
Are you looking it up? You have to let us know if you find it.
I'm looking it up right now.
So you
Like
can't
I'm
share.
doing Dr. Seuss nudes right now. This is on late.
I don't think any of them are.
Oh
hardcore.
shit!
I think they're more erotica.
Oh wait, Lady Godiva. Oh wait, the 7 Lady Godivas. I forgot about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Here I'll bring it up.
A raunchy porn.
No,
It's not all the way to a porn. It's just like
It's just a storybook for mommies and daddies.
yeah, it's just erotical. You know,
Yeah.
Ooh,
it's cute.
nudes.
Being
Whoa.
naked can be extremely cute and funny. And
Sex nudes.
yeah,
Oh well.
people should be more chill about shit.
I
Like
think
being naked and how funny it is.
it's a Dr. Seuss nudes, man.
Dr. Seuss nudes.
Yeah.
Man, we have so many great ideas for merch.
We really do.
Yeah.
We should definitely have merch for this show.
What are you doing?
Like a jelly cake. You can buy a jelly cake that we make.
Yeah, this,
Man,
the options are
ugh.
jelly cake, t-shirt that says Dr. Seuss nudes, bumper sticker that says Dr. Seuss nudes, shirt that says Mormon bad boy. Bumper sticker that
Yeah, original Mormon bad boy.
It's supposed to be like I drove 19 hours from Salt Lake City.
Right on.
I can't remember what happened.
I'll just go back and
19 hours from Salt Lake City.
Hi.
It's about the journey, not the destination.
yeah.
I guess that's true.
Not all who soak are lost.
Damn. Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
Are there any other Mormon specific? I guess there are a lot of like. There are some people who are like, I'm not gonna have sex before marriage because I can just have anal sex up until then. But like
Right.
as long as I don't get inside a vagina,
Right.
really fucking.
That happens.
Which seems like you have to know that you're
Being insane.
you're bending. Ooh, you're just bending that rule.
Bending that boner.
Yeah,
You're
Gonna
not
jam.
freaking God. No one's freaking God.
If there was ever a situation that called for like bending the rules a little bit, that's the situation. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
whatever.
feel like then
It's
when you
dumb,
do
but
it-
it's hot too.
yeah.
You think God understands?
Well, yeah, I mean,
You're like God will understand.
it's
Yeah.
like that's some lawyer shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
You get to the pearly gates and they're like, looks like you had a lot of premarital sex. And they're like, no way, man. It was only in the butt. And St. Peter's going to be like, you're right. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
That's you can
Be
just
like-
rules. You can just be like, the rules only say P and V. And
Or I don't even know that they specified.
They're like-
right?
my
Right.
hands are tied. My hands are tied. Can't do anything about it. It's
Like-
God only believes in the narrowest definition of sex.
I do love the idea that millions of people have gotten up on a technicality where they're like about to pull the lever and then they're like, fuck, you're right. But also when you're doing that, are you like, I'm not actually violating this? Or are you just doing it to create a more like dangerous and sexy time where you're like, no, we shouldn't. However, will we? I couldn't possibly like, are you doing it to create just a sexier time and you know full well that
I don't know, but my sphincter just tightened up.
I think it's that you must know, and you're just trying to create like a fun, sexy narrative, right?
I don't know.
I think it's.
Unless you're like a teenager.
I've never
Hey,
been there.
don't be naughty.
A lot of religious people don't seem to really think very critically about how some of that stuff works. So
Yeah, that is very. I think you just capped it off right there, Mark.
Well, that's disappointing because if you're using it to create a dangerous and sexy atmosphere, kind of along the same lines as historical
bad boy.
Historical
Historical rent a bad boy.
Historical Bad Boy Incorporated.
Yeah. Historical Bad Boys Incorporated.
that, like,
Purchase our services.
you're just trying to make a nice time for everybody.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cute. That you're like.
We need to get like one or two more guys. You need to get like a black guy, and like maybe like an Arab or Asian guy.
Oh
They
man,
can really like encapsulate all of world culture.
Yeah, I think like any culture that had like any kind of roving horde or
which has
kind
been
of
pretty much like
army.
almost all of them at some point.
Yeah. So like
Mongols.
Yeah, I'm saying Mongols, Turkmen, all them wild dudes.
Mongols were kind of dope.
Yeah, they're wild.
Yeah, Mongols are tight.
That's why they named the coolest kind of person after them.
Right.
No.
Why, dude?
You can't stop. Can't stop doing it.
Mongolians. They have the best barbecue.
Well, so they had a thing where like when they would show up, they would like brutally fuck up things, but then everybody that survived it, they were like, okay, cool. So we don't have like an official religion. You're basically autonomous, kind of like live your lives. Thanks for surviving, and like we're off.
Yeah.
And
Let us know if you need anything.
And kept trade routes open.
Especially, there was definitely a lot of very scary and horrible raping, but everybody.
Oh, like
wasn't
performative
rape.
punishment rape.
Yeah, I mean,
Have you ever listened to? I listened to that. What's that guy? Dan Carlin, Hardcore History.
Yeah.
You ever heard that podcast?
Yeah.
I listened to his Revenge of the Khans, and like he like explicitly reads like all this crazy shit that they did. Like they would just like rape like the whole court of like a king, like in front of him, like at knife point, just like be like, "This is what we're gonna do to everybody. Fuck you," and then they just kill everyone.
yeah, I mean, not.
It's like
But then
psychopath
people
shit.
that
Fucking brutal.
Yeah.
But the people that survived, the society had was significantly more equitable towards women.
And in the end, isn't that really what matters?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, you've got to break a few eggs.
Damn.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's not a. None of it is great.
Who's to say that all of these horrific crimes aren't the way that God delivers us the good prize of the conditions for women or whatever?
What?
Yeah.
The
Or
good
silk.
Good prize.
This is we might be like, oh, it sucks that all those horse people came and killed all of our kinsmen. But that's how God works sometimes.
Lord works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
wait, he would say that shit. What didn't he be like? Damn, you must have done something to piss off God to have me come to your city. I think they said shit like that to people when they showed up.
That's pretty tough.
Yeah, because he was like, I don't know who your God is, but you must have pissed him the fuck off.
Man, I'm going to try to use that.
Yeah, you should look into like some of these accounts, or like when they rolled through like Persia and stuff like that, and people actually tried to stand up to him, like because they destroyed Baghdad. And that is like kind of almost like equivalent to like the Library of Alexandria, the amount of stuff that they lost.
oh yeah, they fucked up infrastructure horribly.
Yeah,
So, but
they say the gnarliest shit to people, like the official statements, like the letters that they write to like the king to like tell them to surrender.
Barbarians, man.
Yeah, it's some really good stuff.
Poets of like, I don't know, what would you call that? Like,
intense. Intense.
Yeah.
Poets of
Fucking intense.
intense poets.
Because they're intense, because they're like migrants.
Because of their yurts.
Oh,
Yeah, they're yurts. Yeah, they're intense because they're Mongols, right? Duh.
Well, y'all, I think it might be time for the Munchkin to roll on out of here.
Yeah, I feel that.
To tuck his arms and his legs back into his body and roll.
Revert to your short stature.
So a thing that happens in my house a lot is I will ask Jesse questions, you know, like, what would you do if this happened, or like, what would you prefer, this or this other alternative? And I'm frequently, I will admit that sometimes the options I give are all impossible, and so certain people might say, like, why even bother considering, you know? But the other day, I did something weird to my brain. It cracked myself up. I was just laughing and laughing. I couldn't stop. And it was because I was trying to explain, what if you had what would you do if you had an egg rolling boyfriend? Which is that I'm a regular boy at all times, unless I need to move. If I need to go from one place to another, I shrink down to the size of an egg, and then I...
Oh no!
Your audio dropped out.
You have to
On
say
the
it again!
punchline.
Wait, because he's laughing too hard. Hey, then you roll, right?
sounds
Instead of
weird.
walking.
You become, if you have to go... Oh, wait. If you have to... Am I
Your audio
muted?
is cut back out, dude.
Yeah.
No.
God doesn't want us to hear this
You really
joke.
stepped
I
on
can
it.
hear
You
myself.
must have pissed God off.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, you're like talking into your mouse.
Wait.
You don't have to
Fucking
hold it so
strings
close
look
to your
like
face.
bullets.
Yeah, it's still fucking not.
You're
Wait.
scary, friend.
My mic is working fine. What are you guys talking about?
Oh, okay.
Well, anyway.
We're talking about how we still didn't hear the punchline of
Yeah.
your joke.
There's no punchline. It's just that I in order to go, like, say I'm on the couch right now, if I wanted to go upstairs, I would you just see me shrink down, not fast, you know, like it takes,
How long does it take?
I would say like 90 seconds,
Okay,
Oh, damn.
alright.
yeah, and then at the end of the 90 seconds, there's just like an egg, basically, on the couch, and then it just rolls, falls on the ground.
Like egg speed.
Yeah, and then it rolls over to the steps, and then it rolls up the side of the step, you know, and then rolls up the side of the next step and rolls up.
Does it have, like, your face or anything on it? Or it becomes just a normal chicken egg?
I think that its color is like a combination of all the colors of me. Like if you averaged, if I was nude and then
Like
you
baby.
averaged the color, it's just that is the shade of the egg. But otherwise, it just kind of looks like an egg.
No features, and it's not wearing the clothes that you're wearing.
No, the clothes seem to disappear at some point in the shrinking process and then somehow come back.
Jordan likes it. I like
Not
it.
only would I accept this, I now prefer it.
Yeah.
I do too, and it's been real tough to try to like figure out how I can manifest this.
If we get a good enough plastic surgeon, we could make this a reality.
You also
I
have
think-
to be a wizard. A plastic surgery wizard.
I think a little clever camera work would solve all of that.
You
Yeah, I
could
guess-
like strategically place mirrors all over your home.
This does bring us back to Madison's earlier comment that the magic of movies, you don't need to method act.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Damn.
But
So
this is one that it would make me sad if it wasn't real.
wait, but how much can you move without turning into an egg? Like you can move all your limbs around while you're sitting, right?
Yeah, it's like changing locations. But not just rooms. Like if I'm on the couch and I want to go to the other side of the room, I got an egg to there too.
But I'm just wondering about, does this affect sex?
Not I think if you pick a site and then remain there.
But like if you were on the bed and you want to get up and be against the wall, you would have to egg to the wall.
There would be a little bit of egging.
Damn.
Might kill the
Would,
mood.
would the egg have an erection?
Solid minutes for just transformation back and forth, not to mention
Yeah.
the additional time. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
a 4 or 5 minute transition. time.
Lose an interest fast.
Yeah.
No, that's like the time when somebody has to like
Go pee.
say all the praises.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, they can
Say
use
all
that
the
time
words.
to start saying the necessary praises.
What?
What?
I
You know, it's like you can't drive a car without gas.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to fill up the tank.
And praises
You
are
can't turn
the
into
gas
an
that
egg
your
and
dick
stick
runs
to the
on.
wall without a lot of
no, we can continue fucking
encouragement.
without appropriate affirmation
Or turn into it.
or turn into an egg.
Also, the egg can roll up walls
Yeah, I figured that with the steps.
and can roll on ceilings. So I could, you know, like if it was really necessary, I could like egg
So
down
you could like say you could
I
like
like that egg is a verb.
and you know, I could egg down and roll into like a duct.
right.
think-
That's what I was thinking, and
Yeah.
like you know a room
Hmm.
and like steal some papers out of a drawer and like blackmail someone.
Wait, can you pick things up as the egg?
Hell no.
You'd have to be able to.
No, you could.
Oh,
What
no.
you do, you would egg up to this room, get the paper, and then like throw it out the window, and then egg back
How
down
would you
and get it in the
manipulate
paper.
objects? Could you throw anything at all?
No, when you got to the room, you could de-egg.
You de-egg in the room,
Oh, okay, all right.
and
I
then get the
understand.
stuff, throw it out the window, and then re-egg, and go down, and go out, and then get whatever it was that you got out of there.
What if you're trying to steal like a TV?
I'm playing 3D chess here.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the power of being an egg rolling boyfriend, like, what are you doing stealing TVs? Like, that's
This is another merch moment. Egg rolling boyfriend.
Yeah.
oh man.
The boyfriend's a much better character than Munchkin.
It's great.
Egg rolling boyfriend is good.
I love egg rolling boyfriend. I like also egg as a verb is so incredible. That's really
Egging up the wall.
something that I can put a lot of stock in.
Just egging up the wall.
What I really like about this is how fucking inefficient it is that it takes you to and re-egg is going to be 3 minutes. So
Like your
doing-
features get all like weirdly distorted as you're shrinking.
Yeah, do you have like an Animorphs kind of?
Like,
Yes.
You think it's like kind of horrific,
Sure, it's disgusting.
I couldn't imagine it.
or
would
do you
be-
just get proportionately smaller? Do you think?
I think there would be a little bit of horror involved necessarily in seeing that someone's someone's
Yo,
familiar
what
features.
if this would be like this is like the cool like David Cronenberg movie that never got made.
Egg rolling boyfriend.
Egg roller
The
boyfriend.
David
It
Cronenberg.
would be called. It would be called like egg rollers.
Yeah. Is he still? Oh, do y'all remember that disgusting item, the egg roller?
Egg roller.
No.
All right, hang on. We gotta screen share
Oh.
this. It's important
I
before
think-
Ryan goes to sleep. By the way,
The baby sleepy.
it's just important to go. With
I
the
need
egg
my
roller.
I need to get good rest so that I can come up with good ideas, you know. And as a munchkin, I can sleep in a lot of different places that you can't.
No, it's an egg roll maker.
I can make a nest.
Is that it?
No, these are egg roll makers.
Wait, is it a like a product?
Is it called an egg roller? Are you sure?
Is it an item?
Try egg rolly.
Is it something that you like cook eggs on that looks gross?
There it is. There it is.
Is it like an object? Is it a solid or is it like a liquid?
Is this a consumer product?
It is a consumer product.
It's not gas,
Is
is
this
it?
as seen on TV?
Is it plasma?
Yes,
As seen on TV?
it's plasma.
Is it made of ether?
Yeah.
I feel like this is also a character.
This guy that's a dick is the
Whoa.
thing.
It's this sex toy.
Oh, that thing!
What?
It makes
Yes.
a tube of egg. You crack eggs into it, and then it rolls them up into a tube of cooked
Poops
egg.
him out.
Oh, Richard Iowati had that on
like-
Gadget Man once.
Yeah, and then
That's
it
weird.
pooped out of the top.
It's real weird. It doesn't look good.
I don't
No,
think
it
you can
seems
get that
extremely
clean.
bad. And I think also it's really there are a few times in one
Look
day.
at that fucking long egg. Long ass motherfucker. There's omelet on a stick. Look at you, a nasty
Ooh,
motherfucker.
it
Dude.
pushes up in a very rapid
Put
way.
it in my fucking mouth. Oh look, it's got a tampon.
Contraption.
Give on that wheel.
This is like some shit from Tim and Eric. Get out of here.
Ooh.
Holy, you took that waddle.
You put it in your mouth.
Wait,
Oh, yo, I'd eat that though.
$25? Someone's gonna fuck that. And they are gonna be sorry
Somebody with a
that they made that thing.
horrifyingly skinny penis already has. So
What
at
the
least,
fuck
I'm
is
gonna bet
music?
you at least 2 people in America have gone to the hospital from fucking one.
Absolutely.
And
No
like-
doubt in my mind
I feel like
at all.
it seems really skinny, so you would already have to have an unusually narrow dick.
Oh, widow
Once you
wee
get
wee.
it in there, you would have to turn it on, right?
Yeah.
Like you would have to know because
real.
it's heat up.
Why would you want to do that?
Why does anybody put that's billions of people every year have to go to the hospital because
Billions.
yes,
Billions of people.
yes, billions of people all over the world are
They're all in the hospital.
putting stuff in their
Is this what COVID really is?
yeah. He's putting
Yeah,
something in your
1/7
butt
of the
or your
world's
vag.
population.
Yeah. You put something in your butt or your vag or your pee hole, or you put your dick in something, and you misjudge it, you miscalculate, and you have a bad time, and you have to go to the hospital. This is a real thing.
I've definitely miscalculated, put my dick in something, had a bad time, but I never wound up in the hospital. But
That might have just been because you were lucky or crafty in getting yourself back extricated from that situation.
yeah.
But isn't that like a known thing about nurses is that like most of the night shift is people coming in with things that they couldn't get back out of their butts?
I mean, it happens a lot, yeah.
Billions of people.
Billions.
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 Every
Billions.
Billions of G.I. Joes up a billion rectum.
Ugh.
Yeah,
It's stuff with the urethra that concerns me the most.
yeah. A billion grapes
For real.
lost in a billion buttholes.
Ugh.
I mean, depending on what it is, if I got something lost in my ass, I would just wait for it to, like, the next day to try
I
to
mean,
shit
I
it
feel like
out.
if it's a grape or
If it
something,
was a grape, I'd be like, I can shit that out, but,
What if
like,
you-
I don't know.
But what if you were like really planning on eating that grape? You can't wait. You want to eat it now. You have to go to the hospital and get it taken out.
I would
You
just put
need the
another.
grape to help you shit.
Yeah, the doctor's like, oh, we got it out. It was just this grape, and then you just take it right out of his hand and go, see you later.
Ew.
And the doctor's like, he drops his drink, smashes it on the ground.
Drops his martini,
I mean, or I mean,
No.
if you put like a can of Monster Energy up there
No.
because
Oh,
try to warm
God.
it
I
up.
fuck.
You like to drink it warm, not hot, not cold.
Yeah, and it's not in your butt, it's in someone else's butt, and you want to drink it out of their butt.
This seems like a thing. Like if you had a gimp, you could be like, I'm going to place my Monster Energy in my like.
Someone's at the door.
No,
The
it's our
dog.
dog scratching.
Loudly
Yeah,
screaming.
that's what I'm thinking, Madison.
Yeah, is that like?
Yeah. I'm going to punish your little butthole with this monster can
I was thinking.
while you warm it up for your master.
You think of your gimp more like a reverse mini fridge, like something that keeps.
Yeah.
them
Warm up
Just to
my
call it
monster, you maggot.
And then they're just like, "Grr," and then it slides back out like the egg roll.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, show's over.
Yeah. See y'all next week when Lara gets kicked off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, see you
semi-final. Get
later.
ready. Okay, bye.
Ronski's done.
Bye.
Bye bye.